In this video, I'm going to be telling us how important it is for us to master at our fingertips to know the features we all have in the various tabs on our Excel ribbon. If you want to master and have a great knowledge on Microsoft Excel, it is very, very important you know the features you have on each of the tabs on Microsoft Excel. So from this video, we know I can tell us we have a lot of tabs here. The home tab, these are Excel ribbon. We have the home tab, insert tab, draw tab, and all other tabs on your Excel ribbon. The Excel ribbon here, and these are the tabs. So we're going to be focusing today on home tab. On the home tab, I take the home tab as the most important tab on the Excel ribbon. And the reason being that on the home tab, you can see most of all these features on the home tab are also in other tabs on the Excel. But because they are the most commonly used features as an Excel user, Excel has it being placed on the home tab. So even if you are new on Excel and you have not started making use of all the advanced functions and the advanced features in Excel, this home tab, these features you are seeing on the home tab are the features you need to have at your fingertips, and you are going to be making use of them because they are most commonly used features on Microsoft Excel. So on the home tab, we have various groups on the home tab. We have the clipboard group, we have the fonts group, we have the alignment group, we have the number group, we have the styles group, we have the cells group, we have the editing group, the adding group, and this group here. So this is an adding, this is an adding group. So now I'm going to be navigating and telling us most of the features we have on the home tab in the various groups. So on the clipboard group, the clipboard group enables you to do these features and functions. You have the copy and the paste and other functions and features like the cut. Let's try this. Let's say I want to copy and paste some of these. I'm going to insert, right click. I'm going to insert a row here, right click, and then click insert. So I have this row inserted. So now let's say I want to copy this cell A3. How do I know? Check my former videos check the previous videos I have on my channels to see. This is your name box, cell A3. I click copy, and then I'm going to paste. I'm going to paste. I have it pasted. So there are other features of copying. I can also copy this. Instead of copying it as a normal copy, I can copy it as a picture by clicking on this drop down. So when I click on this drop down here, on the copy button here, on this clipboard group, I'll click on copy as picture, and I say okay. I've copied this as picture. Copy as picture, remember, and I say what? Okay. I'm going to paste it here. Now watch what happens. This has been copied and pasted as a picture. I can drag and place it anywhere because what? It is copied and pasted as a picture. That is it for this. Just as we have this here, this option to copy as a picture, we also have various options on the paste button on the clipboard group. This lower button here, click on it. You see a lot of paste special options. Watch. Let's say I have copied this and I want to paste it. I click on this paste option on the lower button, this drop down here. You're going to be seeing a lot of options. You're going to paste as normal, paste as formulas. You can see that, but you're looking at what we're copying, there is no formula on it. There are a lot of them. You can paste as borders, you can paste and keep computational formats. You can paste and keep the format it was in. You can paste as value. There are a lot of them. You can still have other options. We have a lot of other options. We have none, we have values, you can paste it as values and co. So let's try transpose. So let's try, I'm going to copy this from here. selecting this range. I'm selecting this range from my mouse like this. I'm going to copy, and let's come to this side and then transpose. Where do I see transpose? I click here, this drop down, see this transpose. See what happens. Over here that I copied it, it was aligned in rows, but I've transposed it to be in what? In columns. You're seeing it. It was aligned in rows, row 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But here I have it pasted and transposed in columns. Column T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A, A. So that's what it is. So that's that of that. The most powerful aspect here, most powerful feature on this clipboard group is this format painter. See what it does. Format painter enables you to format. I'm trying to, let me say I want to format this. Format, I'm changing the color of this France. Let me put it to blue. And I want to do on this column B, wherever I see France. Should I use France? Okay, yes. Wherever I see France, I'm going to have the same color. So what I will do is on this cell selected, if I click on this painter brush once, next France, see what happens. It changes its color. If I click on it again, next France I'm seeing, where's the next France? It changes the color. So, but if you don't want to be clicking on it one after the other, but you just want to click on it and then wherever I see France, you quickly see what we're going to do. Let's undo. Let's click undo. Since I have it here, I double click on this 1, 2, and then I can now multiple, I can now format it, format France wherever I see without going back to go on the clipboard to click that. Because what? I double clicked. So that's the function of what? This clipboard. So the last on our list is this. I call this the dialog launcher button, sorry, on the clipboard. So when I click on it, see what happens. It opens up the clipboard entirely for me. So now watch what happens. Whatever I'm doing here, whatever I'm copying on this my worksheet is going to be appearing here. So now see, let's say I'm copying government. Copy. Government is shown, isn't it? I'm copying mid-market. Mid-market is shown. I copy channel partners. Channel partners is shown. And let's say I want to paste it. Let me scroll down to this point. Sorry, I'm with you. Let me scroll down to this point, which I can choose whatever I want to paste. Let me say I want to paste only mid-market. I click mid-market. Mid-market is pasted alone. But if I want to paste all, I can quickly click on it and say paste all. So it has the 3 of them pasted. On this clipboard dialog box that came out when we clicked on this, what did I call it again? Dialog box button launcher. There is an option button here to toggle it on automatically, show Office clipboard automatically or not. You can just play around it. And there's another option to clear all that I've copied. And when I do that, it shows. So quickly moving on, I've talked about clipboard group on the home tab. The next group is what? The font group. So the font group allows you to do what? To format all the values you have in your cell. See, let's say you can format, let's say I select this range. Sorry, I'm with you. Let me do undo. Let me undo. Let me quickly undo. Quickly undo. Let me quickly undo. I'm trying to undo. Quickly trying to undo. Okay, and I've undone all the stuff I have. Let me still paint this to normal the way it was. Okay, so now we are on the font group. So on the font group enables you to change or format all the values you have in your cell. Let's say I pick this range from here to here, and I can quickly come and change the font size, the theme, to whatever I want. Let's choose this Algerian. I see what's happening. I can bold it here. I can make it italics. I can underline it once or double underline for 2 underlines. I can come here to pick the font size. You see what is happening? To reduce it or not. The buttons besides does the same thing. This one to increase, this to reduce. Here I can add borders. Can either do bottom border. See what is happening? There's a bottom border for that range I selected. Oh, remember I selected this range. I can change from bottom border to all borders. See what happens? From all borders to all outside borders, and cool. Just play around them. You understand? I can decide to change the font color, the range color, or change the font color to whatever it was. So that's what this font group does. This dialog launcher button shows you more things you can also do. You can do, let's try to do first. Let's try to undo. Let me show you what happens. Let's undo all these. Undo, 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 undo. Yeah, we're undoing. Control Z is the shortcut for undo. Okay, so when I click on this, let me select this. I click on this button. You can quickly do super strike through. See what happens. It has strike through the government segments. Understand? And all that. You can do super subscript. See what happens. Is making it look like this. You can do subscripts. See what happens. Let's do undo. Okay. There are other options you can also see. Sorry. On the font group, you still have like all the fonts, all the alignments. You can decide to align it to this 42 degrees. It changes. You can see. So that's it for that. I think we are done. We're moving forward. The next group is the alignment group. The alignment group does some similar things this font group does. Let's say, watch what is going to happen here. Let's align this. Let me increase this row so that you see. You can see this. It's aligned to the bottom. Let me move it to the middle. I've clicked middle alignment. Top alignment, it goes to the top. Left alignment is on the left. You can do top right. It goes to top right. See, it's top right. You can do top middle. It goes to top middle. You can also do the middle, center middle alignment. It has done that. Center middle, it has done that. You can do left middle, it has done that. So that's that for alignment. That's that for alignment. So for alignment, you can also do some things in alignment. This is what we call orientation. We can do vertical alignment for that. See what is happening for vertical alignment. Let me increase it. We can do rotate text up. You can pick up, rotate text down. This is angle alignment for the text, angle clockwise, and angle. Just play around it. Play around it, you will see what's happening. You could see it. So that's that for that. That's it for that. I'm trying to do undo. I have that undone. Okay. Yeah. So we have undone that. So the next we're going to be doing on our list now is text wrap. Entirely text wrap. So this is it. this text wrap button. So now let me do something here. I'm going to type in a long word. Let's say discount bound. Let's say no discount was given because the product was unavailable. I'm just writing this. You are seeing that this word from the formula bar here is spilled into other columns. So let me show you what happens when we do text wrap. When we do text wrap, see what happens. It has fit into the same cell, into one single cell, instead of what? Filling in over to the next. That's what the function of text wrap does. So the last on the alignment group is this. This merge and center is not selected here. Let's make use of it. So I'm going to insert, right click, insert a row on top. So let's say I'm trying to insert, I want to call this is a sales data from this data set. It's a sales data. Let's call it sales data from 2020, okay, let's say 2019 sales. From 2019 sales. So watch what happens. This is the heading of our entire data set. I want to make it, I want to merge and center it to fit from this column A where we have our segment to column O where we have our year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, since I've typed this on only cell A1, I'm going to select this whole range and what? Click on merge and center. As I've done that, you are seeing that it has merged and centered it to the middle. I can use other features, bold and what? Increase font size. There are other ways you can do merge across, merge cells, and what? Unmerge. So that's it. So that's this for alignment group. Clicking on this button here, you're going to see other functions you can also do on alignment group, but that are also similar that we have met before in other groups. The border, the fill, where you can fill, the protection, where you can protect the particular cell and unco. Same alignment we did, then the cell you can align to the center, you can align to the left, to the right, and unco. So I'm moving forward. So the next group is a number group. Next group is a number what? The number group. What does the number group help us do? The number group is where we can actually, the features we can find is actually format all our number values in our cells. So on this our data sets, the numbers we have are from units sold. The data type number is from units sold. The whole of these are numbers, appear in numbers. So now, number group on your number group on the home tab, you can format all these to various numbers you want. Let's format this profit. We know profit, anything that has to do with profit is what? Monetary value. So let's make it currency. See what happens. Naira symbol has appeared on my number group, on my profit, isn't it? We can decide to format this. Let's just format this. We know this price. Let's just format it to be dollar percentage. See what happens. It appears as percent. See this. Let's put a comma style on it. See what happens. It appears with comma styles and shows me decimal numbers. On your number group, this number increases the number of decimal. This stuff, yeah, this arrow here increases the number of decimals, whereas this reduces the number of decimals you have. And then you can decide to, this that I have here, this currency here, accounting, I can click here to change it from, to change the currency symbol. I can decide to make it dollar, euro, or pick more accounting formats. I can decide to pick more I want. Let me just leave it in. Let me leave it in. Let me leave it in dollar, or let me leave it in pounds. You can see. You can see that. That's that for number. You can also see other number formats like this. This where is that? I think I saw something that has to do with date. Yes, this date. I can decide to pick it to what? Short date. That's changed to what? Short date. That's changed to short date. There are a lot of them. Just play around it. Anyone that has general, that is on general, it means no specific format. That you don't have any format on it. It can just be either it can appear as text, it can also appear as number, it can also appear as values. It can appear as either text or numbers. So no specific format. So that's that for this. When you click on this dialog launch button, you see more options you can see. You can also do alignments, fonts, border, field, just like we have in all that. We are moving from that to this. This styles group is my best group. I so much like this styles group. Reason being that you can do a lot of things on the styles group on the home tab on your Excel. The styles group shows you ability to do conditional formatting. Uh, this conditional formatting is a separate topic on Excel, Microsoft Excel, on its own. I'm going to be dropping a video on that. So now let's work on styles group. So on styles group, let me select this entire data set. Let me first of all select that. To do that, I'm going to do Control Shift on my keyboard, right, to select the entire column headers, and then down, still holding your Control Shift to button on your keyboard, press down. So on the format table, I can decide to format my table in a various way I want. Watch what is happening. The table formats are changing, isn't it? To the way I want. You can decide to format your cells. Let's say I want to format these cells. You can decide to format it as bad. You can decide to format it as good, as neutral, or as normal. You can decide to format it to appear in the numbers, the cells type. You can decide to format it to appear in percents. See what happens. You are seeing it. You can even decide to format it to appear in currency format or comma format and co. There are a lot of ways you can do that. So let's do undo. Last on a list on this styles group is the one that I love so much, which is the conditional formatting. I told you all that conditional formatting is a topic on its own. So what are we going to work on? Let's work on this sales price. So now, before I do that, let me unmerge this stuff I have here. I'm going to unmerge this. So unmerge it. Watch these cells. On conditional formatting, let's use this rule. So any cells greater than 20, fill me with green and okay. Sorry, you're not going to see this because my tables are, let's do undo, sorry. Okay. And then on match sales, on my sales column G, sales price column G, conditional formatting, anyone greater than 20, fill me with green. Okay. That's it for that. And anyone, you can still do more. Anyone less than 20, fill me with red. See what happens. It has done that. It has done that. There are other ways, other features of conditional formatting. You can clear. Let's clear the rules first. Clear all rules. Clear all rules from the cells. We can decide to do conditional formatting by bars. Data bars. Let's see this. You can see. I formatted this by data bars. Seeing what is happening. You see the highest cell is 350. In fact is entirely filled. This 300 is half full. and so forth and so forth, and so on and so forth. You can see this 7 is here. So that's for what? Conditional formatting. There are other ways you can also do. You can do a lot of conditional formatting styles. You can do icons. You are seeing it as I'm moving around, they are all changing. You can do this network bar. You can do this. That's it for that. I told us all that conditional formatting is a separate topic. I'm going to be dropping a video concerning that on conditional formatting on my channel. So stay tuned. When it is dropped, you can see to watch that. So that's it for that. On this styles group, uh we don't have this launcher button. So I'm moving to the sales group. Sales group allows you to do what? The sales group allows you to insert and delete columns, insert rows, and co. Mind you, if you want to insert, see what happens. Is inserting. There are a lot of options. You can insert cells, you can insert rows, you can insert columns, you can insert above, you can even insert a sheet. See, let me insert a sheet. A new sheet is inserted. I can still delete this sheet. If I come here, I click delete and click delete sheet. It has deleted it. You can do a lot with this cell, this on the cells group. You can format row height on this cell that I selected. Let me format the row height. Let me increase it to 100. See what happens. So it did not put 100. 100, it has increased this cell row height. If I want to reduce it, I can still do that. Row height and put it back to 15. It has gone back to 15. See this row height here. This row height here. Let's increase this. Let's format, and then let's say the row height. Let's increase. Let's what do we do for the row height? Format row height. Let's make it 10. So what happens? Are you seeing it? So let's take it back to where you can do auto fit it. That's what I just did. Let's do undo. See, I'm going to auto fit it. That's what we do. So that's it for that. So the next on our list is the editing group. Here, the editing group. The editing group. So on the editing group, we have a lot of features. One of them is auto function, like auto sum, auto average, and co. So let's work on that. I'm going to navigate to the bottom of my table data set to do that. So on this, watch what happened here is on this profit column. I want to sum it. So here, I can just click here and see what happens. Whenever you see something like this, what it's trying to say is that the values in here that is the column width cannot display it. So what you do is double click here to show. So what? It has shown me the auto sum. I can do the same for here. Instead of doing auto sum, I can pick auto average. It gives me the total average sales for the entire of this column. Mind you, when you are doing this auto summation or auto functions from this editing group, make sure that you click into the arguments of your function, because when you look at this is doing top total, and make sure when you do that you scroll to the top to make sure that the entire range you are trying to sum or do a function is selected. Make sure the entire range is what? Selected. Just like I have here. The entire range is what? Selected. Let's do this for that. Let's do let's do max here. So it's showing me the max. Max is showing me the max. That's the highest gross sale that was achieved in this column. The highest is, I think, is 1.2 million. So that's that. So the next on our editing group is this erase, this clear. Is very important. It's an important feature on the editing group. A lot of people do not know what the features can do. Watch. Let's say I'm going to select this range. Watch what is going to happen. Let me select this range now, and I come back to make it all border. Watch what will happen. So this eraser here helps you to clear a lot of things. See what is going to happen. Let me say I select now. Now that I've added all border, let me just select this range. And I come here and clear all. See what happens. When I click and go out, it has cleared both the contents that I have in the cell on the range I selected, and has also cleared the format, which is this all border that I added to it. Let me undo. Instead of clearing all, let me clear formats. What happened? It cleared only the borders that are fixed to it, isn't it? So that's it for that. There are other functions. You could clear contents alone. It cleared only the contents that are selected. Undo. You can also clear hyperlinks. Hyperlink is when you add either a link on your Excel, on your cells, on anywhere, you can clear them. So that's it for that. The next feature you have on the editing group is this sorting. Sort A to Z is sorting from smallest to largest and sorting from largest to smallest. Let's try it out. Because this is a data set, we are going to use custom sorting. I'm going to select entirely all these groups, and then I come here and say custom sort. Watch. I want us to sort this column segments. This segment. Let's sort it. Which we are sorting by what? Which column? Segment column. What are we sorting? We are sorting by what? The cell values inside it. I want to sort alphabetically from A to Z. See what happens. Channel partners starts first, followed by enterprise alphabetically. C comes before E, yes. Followed by government, and then followed by which is the last? Mid-market, I think, and then small business. Let's do another custom sort. Here, custom sort. We can add another one. You can sort many. You can sort many by many levels. You can sort by two columns. You can sort by this segment and also by what? Country. Cell values. Let's sort this one by alphabetically A to Z, and then sort this one from what? Z to A. So what it means is that on the country level, on the country column, it will start from the last country by alphabetical order. Yeah. And then to what? To the country that begins with A. See what happens. These are sorted this one has sorted by alphabetical. C starts first, isn't it? And then followed by that. But here, what happens here? USA, U starts first, isn't it? U starts first. So that's what happens. Custom sort. I can delete the level. Let me just sort by country. Z to A. See it? U starts first, followed by Mexico, M, Germany, France, and then Canada will now be the last because it's what? From Z to A. That's that for sorting. Another thing we need to know on this editing group is the filter. So now, filter, what does filter do? Filter works with our column headers. So I'm going to select these column headers. These are column headers. I'm going to select by clicking and dragging to this point, and then clicking on that filter. So that once I do that, there is no much difference. The only thing we're going to see is we have a drop down button on each of the column headers. We have a drop down button on each of the column headers. A drop down button. So now we can filter by, let's say we want to see only segment, government segments. So it shows you this. Showing you this, it has shown you that there are a lot of rows that are what hidden. You could see row 1, 2, and you cannot see 3, you cannot see 4, you cannot see 5. You will jump straight to 43. This shows you that there are some rows that were hidden. You can also do only for Canada, or let's say only for US. See what happens. It has shown you that only US and that. To clear, we can either select all here, or we just say clear filter. Clear filter. And that's it for that. And I think this one is copying and pasting option. Can copy this and then can copy right. See what happens. Fill right or fill up, Amarilla, or fill down. So that's it for that. So we're undoing this. We are undoing this. We're undoing this. The next on the list is this. Find and replace. What do you want us to find? Let us find from this country. Let's find USA and replace it with find USA the way it is. You must make sure the font or the text appears the way it is here. And replace it with USA, best country in the world. Best country in the world. And then you say find all and then replace. You see, you have seen 140 replacement made. So when you click on this filter now, you'll see that you will no longer see USA. You only see USA, best country in the world. You understand? So that's what we are seeing. USA, best country in the world. So that's it for that. That's the function of that find and replace. Another one is go to. Let's say we are here and we want to see the last column, which is what? Year. You can quickly navigate by clicking here and say go to what? Year. It has taken us to the column year. So that's it for this. And then go to specials, data validation and encode. I think that's the last stuff for the dating group. The last on our list is this add-in group. So what does the add-in do? Add-in helps you to add in a lot of other add-ins. You can see I have on my list of add-in. I can add in when I click on it. Make sure you are connected to the internet before you can add in a lot of add-ins on your Excel, Microsoft Excel. I can add in ChatGPT for Excel. Add in ChatGPT for Excel. It has come on. I think it has come on. I can add in a lot. I can add in autopilot for Excel. All these things are what? They are, what do we call them? They are LLMs, large language models. They are AI tools. You can add it in. You understand? And you click. You need to sign into. You make sure whatever you are doing, you need to, whatever you are doing, there are a lot of add-ins for Microsoft Excel. I think this comes to the ending of our video. Thank you for staying tuned to this part. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell button so that you could get notification whenever we drop our new and latest videos on data analytics, all about Microsoft Excel, Power BI, and other data analytics too. Thank you and stay tuned.